In this tutorial, we're going to show you Simple Screencast Session, which is a way of capturing a screencast easily. We're going to show you its features and operation, we're going to show you how to acquire it and how to install it, and we're going to show you how to configure it. It's a method of capturing a screencast with FFmpeg through a GUI. Let's get started. Simple Screencast Session captures the entire desktop. You can launch the application by clicking on the window button on your keyboard, going to your panel on Gnome Shell, and clicking on the icon Simple Screencast Session. When it launches, you have essentially four options. You can quit the application, you can start and stop the recording with the same button, and you can navigate to where you want the files written. In this case, I'm navigating to Videos, Temp, and if you look, there's an instance running right now, and there was a previous instance there, so I'll open this folder. The file format is year, month, day, hour, minute, second. This way, there's no collision between the files and what's being written. To use Simple Screencast Session, you need to install it and configure it. To install it, you can open up Firefox and go to sourceforge.net. Once on SourceForge, you can type in the application name, Simple Screencast Session. When the search returns, it will return one result, the name of the application itself, so you can click on it. This will give you options to download the application, to see some screenshots, to read a description. There's some information in the discussion if you care to view it. We're going to click on the download, and while we wait, we're going to open up a terminal, and we're going to go into a temp directory. I'm going to use the software directory. Once this comes up, you can save the file. It'll save wherever you've configured it to save. In this case, I've configured it for downloads. So I'm going to look in downloads. Then I'm going to move this file into the software directory. I'm going to uncompress it, which is tar xvf, and the name of the file. Now this creates a new directory, which is SSS-0.11. This may change depending on the version number. So once it's been downloaded and decompressed, you can run configure. This runs some background checks, making sure you have the appropriate software. After running configure, you can run make, which actually does the compiling. And after running make, you can do sudo make install. Obviously, I've already installed this, so I'm not going to do that now. These instructions are also in the README file. So after decompressing, you can look at the README file to see how to install the software. And now the software is installed, so if you type SSS, the application will launch. Configuration will be shown next, and some of the configuration shows how to pass the FFmpeg parameters into the application. Thanks. After you've installed Simple Screencast Session, you need to configure it. Essentially what that consists of is typing SSS, followed by FFmpeg, and followed by the parameters you would use to run FFmpeg for a screencast. Here are two examples that I've written down for you. Both of these could be used just simply by cutting and pasting them, putting them in the command for a la carte, and changing the resolution here. This resolution you can determine by looking at your display. To get an explanation of the configuration, you can look in the original source, and if you type less readme and then search on the installation instructions, immediately following that is the discussion on the configuration. And there's also an example of the parameters that would be passed in. So right now we're going to launch a la carte. Once we launch a la carte, we can create a launcher. I've already created one. If I look in the properties, you would see it's a type application. You can type in the name, Simple Screencast Session, type in the command, SSS, which is a command for Simple Screencast Session, and then type in the FFmpeg parameters. After you do that, you can hit OK, hit close. If I close this, the end result is when I type in Simple Screencast Session, I will get my icon, or alternatively, if I go into Applications and I go to Sound and Video, I'll see the icon here. Now, I've added this icon to my to my favorites by right-clicking and clicking on Add to Favorites. Right now, since it's already added, my only option is Remove from Favorites. The end result is that you can capture a screencast at any time simply by clicking on the window button on your keyboard, clicking on the Simple Screencast Session icon, and then you can use the application as you like, and the file names will be auto-generated. Thank you.